The title of the exhibition, Like a Good Armchair, is taken from a quote from the French painter Henri Matisse in 1908, who said that art should be something like a good armchair to rest your thoughts in, rest from fatigue. And looking through the 20th and 21st century as art progresses through social upheavals and various social movements, we see that actually vanguard art is most effective and productive when it challenges people to think differently, sort of shakes them out of their routines. The museum's collection is upwards of 15,000 objects. The modern and contemporary collection is upwards of 5,000 objects. And we have a number of armchairs by artists. They are both statements about design and the built environment, but this exhibition uses contemporary thinking around identities to reconsider them in the ways that those very ordinary objects and actions, chairs and sitting, are loaded with significance and layers of privilege and the expression of different identities. I'm also standing in front of Andy Warhol's electric chairs, and Andy Warhol famously resisted making explicitly political statements. And so he sort of sugarcoats this really horrifying image, this image of state-sanctioned murder, in these candy colors. We associate Andy Warhol with celebrity in some sense, with Marilyn Monroe and Elizabeth Taylor. But in fact, in the 60s and 70s, from when this series comes, he was really invested in depicting race riots, electric chairs, car crashes, plane crashes, suicides. And so there is this darker undertone.
So this piece is by Alison Sarr. It's called Love Tête. She's thinking about this Haitian and Cuban tradition of washing one's head as a means of cleansing the spirit. As you can see here, the person is naked, and so this would have been done nude with other women, and it was meant to be a very intimate act. And so alongside that, you can also see these pots, and I think that speaks to an expectation of domestic labor for women.
We have from the museum's African art collection a Chokwe chief's chair, 20th century, and this really inverts a number of stereotypes in modern art, specifically in Western modern art, and the idea that avant-garde artists like Picasso were borrowing from tribal art to create cubism. This chair turns that idea on its head because it's actually an example of African artists appropriating a European form of chair to symbolize prestige.
I'm an undergrad student, and I don't think that many students get the chance to collaborate on an exhibition, so I'm really grateful to Sam and to the Allen. Something that I had noticed, there seemed to be a lack of other conceptions of sitting in Asia. There's a tradition in Asia of sitting on the floor or on mats, and that is how we connect with the earth. And so I really was hoping to see more of that represented. And so in doing so, we had some Buddha figures that we included in the exhibition, but we also dipped into the Asian collection, and we found this of Bina Mazao, and the series depicts royal figures in court. I think that it's really intimate, you know, both of their gazes demure to each other and away from the viewer and the artist. And paired with these other works, they're all very intimate, and I really think that's transcultural and transhistorical, and I really think that it's a beautiful concept, and I think that ties together the entire show.
I think it's pretty amazing, just having started working with this permanent collection, that it can actually tell these very, very broad stories that range from World War I and II veterans to decolonization and diaspora, to design and identity in the 1980s, to gender, sexuality, disability, and ableism. And so, but at the same time, it is also just a chance for us to take out some artworks that people might love to see.